Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Emily and today we're going to be going through my Believathon TBR. So Believathon was created by Gavin from How to Train Your Gavin. The link to his announcement video will be in the description down below. I actually did not participate in Believathon round 1. I'd never even heard of it until a couple of weeks ago. And when I did, I was super excited because middle grade is possibly my favorite age group of books to read. A lot of my favorite books of all time are middle grade, so I thought this would be perfect. So there is a map and you can actually buy the entire Believathon compendium on Amazon, or you can just print it off yourself, or you can use it digitally, I guess. That's what I'm doing. Basically, you follow the map and there are prompts, but the main goal is to just read children's literature. So if you don't follow the prompts, you don't follow the prompts. I'm a huge prompt person. I think it's a lot of fun to find the perfect book to fit every prompt. So enough talking and let's get on with the actual TBR. The first prompt is The Poacher's Pocket Inn. I don't know what book series that is from, but it is to read the first book in a series. The book that I will be reading is 3 Times Lucky by Sheila Turnage. This is a middle grade mystery. It follows the main character who actually washed into the town in a river from a hurricane, I believe? Yes. She's been trying to find who her biological mother is, and she also solves some crimes with her best friend. So her name's Mo and his name is Dale. And now there's another hurricane coming, and there's someone who died, and there was some sort of break-in or something. I don't know. I'm excited. The next prompt is Yellow Brick Road, which obviously is from The Wizard of Oz, and it is to read a book that you should have read a long time ago. For me, that is Who Could That Be at This Hour by Lemony Snicket. I should have read this forever ago. I've had it on my shelves for at least 2 years now. I'm a huge Lemony Snicket fan. I love the series of unfortunate events, and I'm sure that I will love this one. I also love the cover. Like, I just think the cover is so cool. Instead of like blurbs or reviews on the back, there are like questions and they're really funny. It's like asking like stuff about the book, and then number 4 is who is that standing behind you, which like as a child would have really freaked me out. And then the synopsis is like pictures, which I think is really cool. Everything about this book is very intriguing to me. The next prompt is Baba Yaga's House, which is from The House with Chicken Legs, one of my favorite books. And it is to read a book that explores family relationships. I will be reading Elizabeth Webster and the Court of Uncommon Pleas by William Lashner. I have an advanced reader's copy of this one. It did come out October. It came out in October of 2019, so it's been out for like 6 months now, I think. I can't do math very well, but I'd say 6 months. This is really fun. Her dad's gone missing, and it turns out he's a lawyer for, like, ghosts, I think. I just think it'll be really spooky and fun, and she's trying to find her dad and save him. Yeah, okay, wait, the law firm is called Webster and Son, Attorneys for the Damned. This would have been everything to me when I was a child. I love it. Next up is The Wonder Falls, which is obviously inspired by Wonder, and it is to read a book featuring a disability. I will be reading The War That I Finally Won by Kimberly Brubaker Bradley. This is the sequel to The War That Saved My Life. The main character, Ada, has a clubbed foot, and in the first book we saw her struggle from the prejudices that her mother had, and her mother just always beat her down and told her she wouldn't be able to do anything, to her growing to love herself, and I'm really excited to see where her story goes in this one. Next up is The 100 Acre Wood, which is from Winnie the Pooh, and that is to read a book with yellow on the cover. I struggled for a long time with this one. I actually considered just reading Winnie the Pooh, but I can't find my copy anywhere, which is kind of a problem because I'm also studying it for school in a few weeks, so I need to figure out where that copy went. But I have scoured my whole room. I think I'm going to have to go through it all again. But the book that I finally decided on is M is for Magic by Neil Gaiman. This is a collection of short stories, and they are like children's literature, like they're middle grade level. I'm really excited. Obviously there's not a ton of yellow on the cover, but it was the best I could do, like his name and the moon. I'm a huge Neil Gaiman fan. I love the movie Coraline. It's one of my favorite movies. I also loved Neverwhere. I loved Stardust. I loved The Graveyard Book. I can't see myself not liking this. Next up is The Deep Woods. I can't remember what that is from right now, but the prompt is to read a book that was published before the year 2000, and I'm going to be reading The Witches by Roald Dahl. This was originally published in 1983, so it's been out for longer than I've been alive. I'm really excited. I love Roald Dahl, and I haven't read this one yet. I think it'll be goofy and silly and a lot of fun. Next is The Mermaid's Lagoon. I'm not sure what this is specifically referring to. It could be something from the Pixie Hollow series, Tinkerbell. I don't really remember. The prompt is to read a book that is featuring a female relationship. So I will be reading City of Ghosts by Victoria Schwab. This came out August 28th, 2018, and I still have an arc of it that I haven't read. But she can see ghosts, and then she meets another girl who can also see ghosts, and so they kind of have a really close bond that way. I'm really excited. Spooky middle grade books are my thing. They often scare me a lot more than I would expect that they would, and I like that. Next is The Brawley Rail. I don't remember what this is from, but I think the series might be called that, or The Brawley Train. I don't know, but it's to read a book that is featuring transportation. This book still has the sticker on it from when I bought it in the discount section of my university's bookstore, but I'm reading The Book Scavenger by Jennifer Chambliss Burtman. It doesn't, like, super feature transportation, but like, the whole purpose of the book is the kids are moving, and so, like, you're moving. That's transportation, right? I've had this book since first year university. I'm going into fourth year in September, so it's been 3 years, and it's just been sitting on my shelf. I've brought it with me everywhere I've lived, except for France. I didn't bring it to France, but it was in my dorm with me, and then it was in my house with me, and then now it's back in my parents' house with me. It's just gotta get read. Orion Found is the next prompt. I believe that this is from Orion Lost, but again, I could be wrong. I'm not really up to date with many of the books that are referenced in these prompts. But it is to read a book that is featuring sci-fi or has like a space word in the title. So I'm reading The Trouble with Half a Moon by Danette Vigilante. This seems like it's like a really hard-hitting book. The main character believes that her little brother's death was her fault and her mother won't let her go outside. Then in her housing unit, there is a hungry and abused 5-year-old little boy who reminds her of her brother, and she's trying to save him. So like that's really, really hard-hitting. I'm not sure how old the main character is, but this does say ages 10 and up, so it's definitely children's lit. And obviously, moon is like a space word, so that's what I'm going with. I don't have any sci-fi middle grade except the second book in the Minors series, but I've already read that. Next is Black Ice Bridge. What that's from, I don't know, but it's to read a book featuring an expedition or an adventure. I'll be reading Race to the Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. This is an indigenous fantasy type story about a girl who discovers that she is a monster slayer. It is a Rick Riordan Presents, and, you know, I really love Rick Riordan, and I don't know that I've ever read a Rick Riordan Presents book before, but I'm sure it'll be good. If it's anything like what he writes, and I assume it would be if he's chosen it, then it's going to be amazing. Also, I'm always trying to read more diversely, and I don't read enough books written by Indigenous authors about Indigenous characters, so I'm definitely excited to get into this one. And the final location on the map, The Bookkeeper's Stronghold. The prompt for this is to read the next book in a series, and I'll be reading Jolly Foul Play by Robin Stevens. This is a Wells and Wong mystery. Their names are Daisy Wells and Hazel Wong. I love them so much. Hazel is such a fun narrator, and the mysteries they get involved in are always super goofy and silly and fun. I remember starting the first book in this series maybe an hour before my French exam in first year, and my friend was like, Emily, like, you have an exam, like, you need to go. And I was like, but this book! And I like literally ran across campus, wrote the exam, came home, and immediately read the rest of the book before I had to move out the next day. And so I was like trying to pack everything up, and I was like, but I need to read this book. So that being said, it's amazing. And that is it. That is my TBR for the Believathon. It is happening from May 11th to May 24th, and I can't wait. I'm hoping that I'll get all of these books read. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Give this video a huge thumbs up if you liked it. Let me know in the comments down below if you're going to be participating. I really hope you are. I think this is going to be so much fun. And as always, if you want to see more videos from me, you can hit that subscribe button. Alright, See y'all in the next one.